Nobody knows yet what is happening here, so we have to be very careful about everything we say on air. No offense, guys, but you're sports. You're in way over your head. News should take over.
Just what is it with movies and their fascination with the TV newsroom? Now, television and cinema have always been natural rivals for the audience, and yet the TV newsroom has been the setting for some of the most popular films of the past 50 years. From network...
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
To good night and good luck.
Our next show is going to be about Senator McCarthy. We're going to go right at him.
Now comes the latest German-American co-production, September 5, a film set during the tumultuous events of September the 5th, 1972 at the Munich Olympics and the ABC Sports team that ended up covering it. So, is September 5 just another overwrought historical drama covering events seen before in better films? Or does September 5 join the list of those films that are considered the best dramas about television news production? So, what did I think? September 5 tells the story of the ABC Sports team covering the 1972 Munich Olympics and their part in the coverage of what would become known as the Munich Massacre, an event that would become the first terrorist attack to be broadcast to the world on live television, with over 900 million viewers watching. When I first heard of the upcoming release of September 5, and before you go any further, I know it should be September 5th, but take that up with the filmmakers, I suspected we were going to get another look at TV in the style of the recently released Saturday Night. One of those films that is full of self-praise and says how at the end of it all, television people are great. But what we get instead is a fast-moving, claustrophobic thriller that not only covers a little-known part of the story of the terrorist attack on the 1972 Olympics, but also the hard-edged, cynical nature of the industry.
What do I tell the cameras?
What do you mean?
I mean, can we show someone being shot on live television?
I believe September 5 works because of the choice by Swiss director and co-writer Tim Fehlbaum to set the film in one location. The control room of ABC Sports. Once the head of control, Jeffrey Mason, played by John Magaro, arrives for his shift, we, the audience, never see the outside world again. Unless, like the staff in the ABC control room, who only see what they can see from their location or on television monitors, you can almost smell the cigarette smoke that reeks in the air. This is in no small part helped by the near flawless editing by Hans-Jörg Weisbrich and the cinematography of Markus Forderer. Forderer's cinematography is full of tight frames and cold dark blues, illuminated only by artificial light, with the occasional frame of daylight through a window or an open door. As I said already, masterful editing from Weisbrich merges footage shot for the film and real footage from the real broadcast to the point that as characters react to footage that was in fact shot 52 years ago, you believe they are happening at the same time. One particularly fine piece of editing is the use of the real footage of Jim McKay. Weisbrich's editing is so skillful that it makes McKay feel like he is interacting. He's actually part of the cast. Now, as for the cast, there isn't a flawed performance, with Magaro proving once again that he is fast becoming one of the reliable screen actors. His Mason is a man working under incredible pressure, a sheen of sweat on his unshaven face. While Peter Sarsgaard is brilliant as Rune Arledge, the president of ABC Sports, a man who claims they have to cover the story because there's no one else, that it's a moral duty to do so, arguing with other networks over the phone about time allowed and arguments over a bumper on screen and who gets the credit for the footage. All aided by a tight screenplay, barely 91 minutes in length. It doesn't outstay its welcome, covering not only the events of the day, but the moral quandaries, such as when the team covers an attempt by police to move against the terrorists and realize to their horror that the terrorists have TVs and can see what's happening. The writers have also decided wisely to avoid backstory. We only get the briefest glimpses of characters' lives in the outside world because people wouldn't discuss their feelings in the middle of a crisis. Marion the Translator, played by Babylon Berlin's Leonie Benish, is the closest to giving a backstory, but even here, they managed to avoid the cliché of the guilt-ridden German in the 1970s. And even though Benish's character is perhaps one of the weaker, Benish's performance is most assuredly not.
Order.
Telling the story of those that reported the story that day, September 5 could have been a forgettable disaster. Instead, we got a well-written, well-acted thriller that to me is reminiscent, perhaps because of its location of a control room and the fact we can only see the events occurring outside through the lens of a camera, of a TV play. In particular, the TV adaptation of Failsafe. And it succeeds as a thriller because you want to know and will still be shocked by what happens, even though it was 52 years ago. And a final line that provides no happy ending, but shows just how ruthless the TV business truly is. September 5 opens here in Ireland and in the UK this weekend. It's not perfect, but it is an interesting, well-acted and well-directed story that over 91 minutes will keep you enthralled. I say go.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
And if you like this episode of So What Did I Think and want to see more, please remember to click like and subscribe. Always subscribe. Thanks for watching.